In this video, we're going to look at one of my daily workouts I was doing for playing over jazz changes, and I'm going to discuss how I approached it and how you could integrate these concepts into your practice routine. I created a document that you can download, PDF, and I'll include a link to my website where you could download this for free. Over the chord progression with only the accompaniment, you could play along with the backing track and look at this PDF to see what modes can work over each of the chords. So for example, this first chord, B flat minor major seventh. Well, you could play B flat melodic minor, you could play B flat harmonic minor, you could play B flat Lydian flat 3 over it. Now when we move to A flat minor major 7, you'll see the same three style of modes work, but in this case we should be using A flat melodic minor, A flat harmonic minor, and A flat Lydian flat 3. So as we go through this progression, giving us some options here, we're back to the B flat major. We're back to the B flat minor, major 7th, A flat minor, major 8. Right here, there's a half a bar of B flat minor major 7th and half a bar of A flat minor major 7th. So we need to switch or transpose each of these modes from B flat to A flat when those chords switch. So over B flat 7, I have mixolydian, which is pretty classic, and also you could use Lydian dominant. Now I'm also basing this on the accompaniment that the chords are playing. So I'm making sure that the modes I'm picking aren't clashing with the accompaniment chords that I've picked. Over the E flat minor 9, we could play Dorian or Dorian sharp 4. Now, Dorian sharp 4 works because we don't have an A flat in here, so we could actually play an A natural and get that sharp 4 sound if we want. Over the A flat 13, just picked mixolydian or Lydian dominant again. And finally, when we get to the D flat 6, I just picked a simple mode of Ionian. And then it continues on for a number of bars where I started including some more chordal voicings in it. You could apply the same modes to it, so I checked and everything is looking good. And the accompaniment won't clash with the modes that are being used. So feel free to continue on and use those same options for modes to play over these next sections. Now, I would spend some time with these and, just get used to the sound of what melodic minor sounds like over this B flat minor major 7th, and then take some time and listen to what harmonic minor sounds like, or listen to what the Lydian flat 3 sounds like over it. We're looking at a PDF that I created that can go along with the backing track that I'm going to also supply. The link will be in the comments below so that you can play along and also look at what modes are possible for each of these chords. So for instance, the first chord in our progression is this B flat minor major 7th. We have 3 modes that can work over that. You could play the melodic minor, over that B flat minor major seventh. You could play the harmonic minor over a B flat minor major seventh, or you could play the Lydian flat 3 over there. Now, these modes are not going to clash with the accompaniment. So sometimes we're limited to what modes we can use to make sure that we're not going to clash with the accompaniment. So these 3 modes that I've chosen here do not clash, and I've gone through this progression and made sure that all the possible modes are great options with the accompaniment. Now we move to A flat minor major seventh. You're going to notice the same 3 modes. Well, same kind of sound, right? Same sort of intervallic makeup of the chord. So these 3 modes are going to work, but instead of it being B flat melodic minor, it's now going to be A flat melodic minor, A flat harmonic minor, A flat Lydian flat 3. So we're transposing the modes. Right? So basically, it's still the same mode, just moved to a different position because we're moving down a whole step from B flat to A flat. Now we get to the B flat minor major seventh and A flat minor major seventh again, but they're each half a measure. We have to remember to transpose these modes. B flat minor major seventh for the first half of the bar will receive either B flat melodic minor, B flat harmonic minor, or B flat Lydian flat 3. Now the second half of the measure, where the A flat minor major seventh is, will then switch to the A flat melodic minor, A flat harmonic minor, or A flat Lydian flat 3, just like we did up above. It's just a faster harmonic change, right? The rate of harmonic change is speeding up. Okay, we're going to get this B flat dominant chord. Over this, I chose Mixolydian or Lydian dominant. Either of those 2 modes will work on top of this B flat 7 chord. Over this E flat minor 9 chord, I've chosen Dorian or Dorian sharp 4. Okay, so I can choose Dorian sharp 4 because there's no representation of A flat or an A note in this voicing for this E flat minor 9. So A flat would be the natural 11th of E flat minor. In this case, we could sharp that, which we're pulling that note, kind of like a Lydian sound and a Dorian sound combined. And that works because the accompaniment isn't boxing us into a corner. So melodically, you could choose either one of those modes for that. Okay, over the A flat 13, Mixolydian and Lydian dominant work over that. So we play A flat Mixolydian or A flat Lydian dominant over that chord, A flat 13th. Finally, we end up at our tonic, which is D flat 6, and I just decided to play Ionian there, something nice and simple to just bring us back home. Now, the next section is the same chord cycle. I didn't write in the modes, basically have it there, so you could see how I was starting to use some of those fourths in voicings to accompany and just what kind of a different sound that is, and if there's anything that you liked, you could decode it. The same modes work over both of these progressions, and on the recording, you're going to hear that this whole document here is just repeated twice, so it gives us a little bit of a longer time to play through. And I think it's good to have a timed end to working something out and not just play it blindly and repetitively for a super long period of time. So play it through once, through the whole jam track, and then stop, take a breather, think about what worked, what didn't work, and then do it again, right?